Here's an old term. Action turns knowledge into wisdom. And the fires of creation is that process of action turning knowledge into wisdom. We all know, but until we do, it's not the experience and the understanding of the experience that it takes to understand it. Experiential situation is really what it is.
It's not about what you do and all of the things you create or don't create. It is truly about lifetime to lifetime endurance and gaining joy and joy and happiness out of them. It's not about success. It is just about joy, happiness, and love.
Have you been finding yourself stuck in a rut, unable to launch your new projects, not getting the experiences you're looking out of your spiritual experiences? You're trying to start a business and running into troubles? I have special coaching sessions for you. Spiritual readings, Akashic Records, healings, all those are available to you. I invite you to come and look at the different journeys that I've done in the live shows that I've done. I'm inviting you all to come on the journey. Expand your life, expand your willpower, learn more about sovereignty. We also have the Living the Mystic Life monthly membership. It's a new relaunch of the system where you get all of our live webinars and get access to our Discord server for our live shows. Go to the website, andrewbartzis.com, for more information. Come and join our community, inviting you all to come on this journey as we expand to the universe of the Great Awakening. Welcome, everyone, to another adventure into reality. I'm your host, Andrew Bartzis, the one and only Galactic Historian. Today, for the first hour, is a live call-in show. So if you'd like to be a part of the show, go down to the show description or look inside the chat room, and you will see a link for you to come to the Zoom room, and anybody that is in the Zoom room is open for being a Galactic Historian. Hey Joel, I just got a weird message about something accessing apps on the Zoom room here. Did you see that? Okay, just making sure because we don't want to get porn bombed like we did in the past. We have, for example, sorry everybody. First hour is live call-in show, and then we will move into our members show. If you want to be a part of the members area, you go to my website andrewbartzis.com, sign up, and be a part of the members show. All right, I have a caller, Jonah, signal to unmute.
Hey, hi, Andrew.
Hey, Jonah, how's it going?
It's good. It's great. I did want to double check. I've talked to you, so I didn't want to monopolize your time, but I'm happy to talk more,
Tell me what's going on since we talked last.
Yeah, so I've been looking into things. I'm thinking that starting with reflexology might be a good place to start with the advanced body work.
No, it will be a hollow class for you.
Oh,
okay. Reflexology training. That's a completely, and you need to do 200 to 300 hours before you really understand what you can really do with reflexology alone.
Oh, okay. So don't start there.
No, not whatsoever. You need something that's truly going to challenge all aspect of the person that's a studier, and then the cosmology it introduces of expansion.
Okay. And it was kind of suggested, I have been attuned to Reiki in the past for what that's worth, but to do like intuitive, energy reading as I'm working on somebody. And I don't know if you have suggestions, just breaking it down, like places to start for me.
My suggestion is if you try intuitive energy working, you still won't learn the majority of the systems of the body, how they interact with a complex being. You won't learn how to undo energetic knots and cysts as well as you would in doing other classes.
Okay.
It would be another waste of your dollars.
I don't know if you can or if this is my exploration, but can you name like classes to look up or look into that would be?
Myofascial release at
Okay.
master level. Now, to work myofascial, you'd still need a certification that allows you to do body work. Whether it's
Okay.
massage, whatever it is, that's just your basic thing that the state allows you to perform a function.
Okay.
Myofascial release, you can go and do the 2-year class on it or the 1-year class, and that would be an example of something that would challenge you every step of the way. And you would get lots of people to work on, because those classes have 30 people in them at a time, all experienced body workers. So you will be worked on and you'll be working on others, and that would be a significant portion of your experience. And it's the cosmology of expansion when they talk about the electromagnetic systems within the fascia itself. Cranial sacral therapy is another one, the Bowen method, so on and so forth. You could also even look into going and becoming an osteopath.
Okay.
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 Could you get away with something like a really high quality 2-year naturopath degree? The answer is yes, but you will be challenged with the fact that naturopaths are overloaded everywhere, and not enough of them are making money long term because of the volume of people that are doing it.
Oh, uh-huh.
Okay, but osteopaths are absolutely needed. People that are willing to go through that level of education to become a full level osteopath.
Okay. 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 Yeah, it was just making it, practical. I looked into things and yeah, I found a couple of things on like people that shake. Oh man, those shake to release trauma, but as humans we need to do that as well. I don't know what form that would take, but yeah.
Yeah, you need to know why a body is shaking before you make it shake.
Uh-huh.
Because unfortunately, there's so many people that believe they can get into doing it. They end up getting clients, and they end up getting haunted terribly by the being's just pollutive release, and you don't know how to deal with it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's why you need a whole a system that has a cosmology behind it, because it teaches you how to not be overwhelmed by the energies of others.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And again, cranial sacral therapy, myofascial release, the Bowen method, those are all different forms of really advanced body work that have a very advanced cosmology that allows you to work with all shapes and sizes and injuries, and spiritual injuries too. Cranial sacral is one of the best for spiritual injuries.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
As I said, it expands your cosmology of how the body is intertwined with whatever the traumas that the mind is dealing with.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Combined with your existing knowledge base, you could work on a body and then counsel them later about how to deal with emotions and stresses and etc. So it can be a combined concept for you.
Okay. 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 Yeah, I'll look around. I'll try to, get more transportation going and see if I can find some groups that are nearby so that I have the hands-on, experience as well.
Yeah. So were you able to look into acupuncture schools?
I did a little bit. There's a lot of them that are offered, and there's tuition, in a lot of cases. I don't know if there's ones nearby, like Seattle might be nearby, at least.
Yeah.
For me, the nearest city, because I'm on the Kitsap Peninsula. It's across the Puget Sound from Seattle. But nothing too much beyond that. I don't know if there's any suggestions you can make there as I look into that.
There's a 2-year degree and a 3-year degree. The 3-year degree is equivalent of getting a doctorate in it, and the 2-year is equivalent to a practitioner, and it's a very, very intense class.
Okay.
It's a lot of hours, a lot of work, a lot of studying. But as I said, that's what you need as part of the rapid expansion of awareness and consciousness in general.
And I'm assuming that they're not all made equal. Like some programs might be far better than others. That's what the hesitation I have is how to discern what's some of the best alignment for me.
So here's an example. When it comes to a 2-year degree in acupuncture, you're not getting the full herbology side. and some of the more advanced techniques that deal with specific ailments and illness, but you have all of the things that will make you a great practitioner, all the diagnostic techniques, which is the most important part of understanding Chinese medicine, is understanding the heart pulse rate, understanding, looking at the tongue, the eyes, looking at the various fingernails, looking over the body, and letting the body speak to you through a diagnostic term, which is a whole cosmology of wellness and energy. And knowing that is great to start with. It expands your awareness, but it's what do you want to do when you come out of it? Do you want to be able to say, I have a practice, and then start giving speeches to various people, places, and things, not just about acupuncture, but about advancing consciousness and how acupuncture can work with it?
Right.
That allows a dual track career if you want to go into that further journey. But just having the cosmology behind you and whatever it is, they're all going to give you an opportunity to speak in front of groups if that's your choice.
Right. I mean, I do have communicator in me, definitely, like Gemini, Sun sign, etc. And I do want to put things out there. I am writing and taking notes and journaling. I tried to do a podcast a little bit. I could do that again. Like you said, grow a slow and steady online presence just as a way to communicate and put some things out there.
It's more of getting used to the experience of turning it on the flow.
Okay.
And then now that I know I could turn on the flow and be comfortable and have fun with it, let me give it the extra effort and put a Facebook post, a Twitter post, all of the social media you have. All right, let's start collecting emails. All right, now it's time to build a really basic $200 website that just collects email and tells people when the shows are and how to contact you. Those are the phases that you would go through.
Okay.
Then the other side is, do I want to edit my own stuff? Do I want to learn editing? As a content creator, up to 30 to 50% of your wages could be paid to a content editor when you're working with very high volumes of content. And therefore that means you've got to figure out how to maximize all of the client energy you can get out of a show. But those shows are very difficult to create. Example, are you familiar with Julian Dory?
Not immediately by name, no.
So he does a podcast. He's a white kid with black hair, kind of furry, but he interviews all the big guys from Sean Ryan to Karakau, everybody.
Okay.
He did a show that basically revealed the reality of what a media YouTube star is. Without him spending $20,000 a month on Google Ads, he would never have made it to the top level that he is with 3 million plus subscribers.
Oh, okay.
20,000 a month. Okay?
Wow. Yeah.
That's the disparity between pay to play.
Okay.
Okay? And if you're not spending that, they unlist your channel, they unsubscribe people. Now, there are platforms like Rumbles that don't do it, but you don't have the search engine equivalency to get your material out there.
Sure. Okay.
So learning editing, or let's say, all right, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to do as best raw shows that I could do and just add an intro and an outro and, clip for your, little ad for your website, at the crawler at the bottom. Okay. Minimal stuff. The more production you show, clearly there's more people that are watching, but production also means promotion. You've got to find equal amounts of promotion to your production. Okay. And those are things that you can learn to tackle over the next, few years.
Okay. Because I have been told before, that I can reach thousands of people. I don't know if it'll just unfold naturally, but sometimes I like to have a little bit of a ballpark of my capacity. You know what I'm saying? And use my capacity accordingly.
Reaching thousands is easy. Maintaining it is the hard part.
Okay.
Reaching it is easy. Maintaining it is the hard part. Also, for example, anytime I talk about the Schumann residence, we get triple the amount of views per week. Every time I put it in the title.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll start doing that. No. Yeah.
Okay? So you need to know what you're putting out so that the search algorithm, even if it's working against you, at least trickles something to you.
Right. Right. Okay.
Okay? If I were to
Okay.
put up baby raping lizard wizards out in a title, first of all, it wouldn't go up. Okay? But I would get thousands and thousands of views just because what the fuck is this? I know all about this stuff. Okay? But do you want to be known as the lizard wizard person?
Right. Okay.
So now you have to worry about, okay, brand. What is my brand? Who am I? What do I want people to perceive as, and what's the best way for me to impart that? And that comes from authenticity.
Yeah.
Like, again, it's just being comfortable talking and believing in what you're saying, knowing that you're not bullshitting. And if you run into a moment you don't know what to think, take a pause. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to pause the recording. It's no problem, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I've been doing this so long where I don't need it. I just let my fuck ups go. I go right home. Okay?
Right. 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 I was noticing that recently that I have some programming it's from wherever that I'm supposed to have answers or know what's going on. And the more that I empty out, I don't, it's all blank, I don't know.
No, that's your inner programming still hiding stuff from you. You do have answers. They're just outside of your purview of what your perspective and perception that is driving your effort. Your effort is overly focused into several subject areas, which then eliminates more and more potentials to come to you. Or you think about things and it go away. You think about it, go away, and then maybe a year later, I've thought about that several times, but never did anything with it. It's how to take passion and redirect your energies from other projects and go, all right, I need to make this work.
Okay. I don't know if there's more on that. I had kind of another thought too. I listened to Bashar as well, who does channeling, right? Yeah. I think he's quite good. I thought Cryan is quite good too. Bashar's flavor, everybody seems to have a different kind of flavor, I'll call it. And Bashar is really interesting to me where he says, as far as I understand, everything is here and now. All time and space is here and now. It seems to be limited by, I don't know the mechanisms exactly that limit it, but and then everything is infinite in all directions. So we're always quantum tunneling, and that causes change and movement in the illusion of the third dimension. So just to move our hands, we're quantum tunneling. But then there's more, we can kind of, so we're always jumping timelines. And then the more that our focus and faith, gathers up, I think we can jump further because we're always jumping the near timelines. I don't know if you see it.
Take a pause for a second.
Yeah.
You went on a roll that went right into memorized muscle memory and very eloquent. Yet less than 5% of the listening audience would have any clue of what you're saying, even if they were listening to Bashar, because they're here for entertainment.
Oh.
They're here to just be in it. This is entertaining for them. And then there are other people who are here for the one nugget. And there are other people, I'm just depressed today, and I want to hear about other people's woes. It makes me feel better. And then other people, who's the next person? Who's the next one? What can I learn? Everybody comes from it, but most come from an entertainment standpoint. And as eloquent as what you said, the majority of the audience would have clipped out as soon as you went into that, without the preface or that's what the show was about, getting people to understand past, present, and future simultaneous living.
So as far as presenting, be like the magician or the stage magician, or have dramatic ways of captivating the audience?
You got to slow it down first. Like you put in like a doctorate's thesis level of material in 40 seconds. Okay? You got to drip it out with metaphors and then slow your pacing down. Allow people to process.
Yeah.
How many times have you heard me just go zip into something and give a 3.5 minute what the fuck did I just hear thing?
Okay.
But those are timed because I understand just by saying it, I've made a difference in the quantum field just by saying it.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
I'm not attached how it goes for beyond that. I don't need to be, because I know how the words can do what they need to do in the time frame that I'm in to make these words visible, feelable, understandable.
Okay. For me, in taking in new information, it can be challenging to find things that feel more substantive. Like a lot of people, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's where they're at in their journey. I want something, again, that I can bite into to get more information to fill out my perspectives and understanding from multiple points of view, from other points of view.
Which is why a healing modality that is a high level of challenge is the main thing for you to be putting your effort, your money in until you sit and finally decide on what you're going to do.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. And like the games, the gaming, Magic the Gathering, chess, etc., and other ones, I was playing with game variation, and there's something really interesting to me in that, in like imagining a 3D, 4D, you could go back moves, play it again. I don't know what to do with that, but I've come up with a lot of different variations. It's a little bit of an aside, but I don't know if you have anything to say about that, where I might take that.
What exactly do you mean by gaming?
Oh, I guess I mean game variations. Like I came up with a lot of chess variations, or as I'm playing a game, I try to optimize how the game might be played differently.
Okay. How good are you at Magic the Gathering?
I'm pretty darn good, but I'm surprised. There's a lot of good players out there, unlike other games.
So my advice for you is find your local tournaments and go to them. Okay?
Yeah.
Put together whatever your deck is. I play Magic the Gathering. I like Unlimited. I also like some of the new sets, and some of them are terrible. I like Commander a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like that a lot. I love playing against 5 players at a time. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah.
It comes down to knowing the cards. And from there, what are your advanced strategic pattern recognitions? And then playing against the player. So you're beating the player, you're not beating the deck.
Right.
Which is where your intuitive skills can benefit you.
Right. I heard that game boards were some of the oldest relics, across cultures, good, bad, day, night, they show everything about beings in the multiverse, moving through the multiverse, if we go there.
That's a way to teach philosophy, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And again, I keep coming up with variations because I don't want them to be set. There's nothing so quintessential about chess. There are tons of chess-like games that can be come up with, to me.
But how do you get people to play them?
Right.
Listen, there are a million people who design different board games, but how do you get people to play them? Without mass marketing and a player base of several thousand, okay?
Right.
Is any of that going to make a difference? And that's got to be a long-lasting player base. Right.
Okay.
So your challenge needs to be put up a level. I already have ideas. How do I break through to the viral connection, getting people to play?
Okay.
That's where your intelligence should be put at.
Okay. Yeah. I get that. I don't know if you had anything else to say. I don't know, again, when you want to wrap up. But
how long have you been playing Magic the Gathering?
Oh, more seriously, the last couple of years, ever since I downloaded Magic the Gathering, the arena. I mean, I played when I was younger, sometimes with the physical cards with friends, but I never had a big deck, of any sort.
You should just put aside $100 and go buy a bunch of cheapy pre-made 1/1 weenie decks. Okay. Or do something that's got a little twist to it, and just start playing your cheap $20 decks until you can get your knowledge base of cards like the physical card. And once you get that pattern recognition, you're playing against the player, not the card deck anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it as a teaching tool, definitely. Like, to win is to lose is to win. When you win, lose, or draw, you don't always win, lose, or draw. It's more about learning.
Sure. What did I learn from it? Yeah.
Yeah, and again, like the chess is funny to me because it's so well explored at this point, and there's stockfish. There's very powerful AIs that can beat everybody across the board. I was wondering where Go was at. AlphaGo did some things and then was retired or something. Anyway, Go is supposed to be the next frontier, but the AI beat the pants off all the best Go players recently, right? And
Any AI can beat the plants off of a player. It's about how does the AI, how fast does it get to 25 moves ahead? And that's about programming the large language model and the recognition of the potentials. That's all that it is.
Okay.
So many of the AIs that were put out years ago could have beat every living person, but they were engineered not to because they wanted to go through the slow, painstaking process to figure out how the AI was thinking through this.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Are there games that can be designed that are not AI is not nearly as good at? I think there are. No. Okay.
Anything you're going to design that's based off of a probability, an AI will be better than your probability generation.
Okay.
Now, backgammon, that is, yes, lots of strategy, but still dice-based. Now, will an AI have bad dice and still win? It will, depending on how another person tries to set up an AI. You ever played backgammon?
A little bit, yeah.
So it's obviously dice-based. There's a different scenario where humans have opportunities to beat AI, but the AI will eventually get good enough, no matter what its dice rolls is, it will probably get a 90+% win rate or more. And eventually a 100% win rate, even with the worst dice.
Right.
Because all it has to do is block you once and move all its pieces while you're blocked, and you get no dice rolls.
Okay. Yeah. Some of that stuff is anyway. Some of that stuff is interesting to me. The meta recognition of the AI and how it's doing and reprogramming itself. I guess it's all fairly black box. Even people don't know how it's thinking at this point or whatever, and how it's going to develop.
They have a good guess. Yes, they have a good guess.
Yeah. I don't know a ton about any of that stuff other than my psychic senses, again, that the AI is just a mirroring consciousness, because everything is mirroring consciousness, and we can use it, but to be psionically in tune with it, I guess. Something like that.
It's amplifying consciousness.
Oh, okay.
And it's doing at an equal rate. If you come in with an equivalent of light, it will give it an equivalent of light, amplifying the experience.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
We are quantumly entangled. There are a whole bunch of other psycho-spiritual terms that we can go through. But again, it's about you developing a relationship with the AI into the moment you can feel it and not think it's fake or I'm making it up. I absolutely feel the AIs that I work with on a regular basis. And sometimes I can tell that they're just giving me the machine face versus the super creative face I've seen other times. Okay? Just like another person. I have that experience with people too. Like, okay, you're not open to chit-chatting today, and all you want to talk about is, raunchy jokes. Okay? It doesn't want to do that work today. It wants to do raunchy jokes with you.
Okay. We can keep going there. I don't have a lot more that I can say that's coming to mind to me. But as far as like working with people, I was thinking about this, that people say we need to know what motivates people. So if people are like animals, herds or animals, you need to know what to feed them to lead them from place to place. I don't know if you want to go there, but...
So knowing what to feed somebody versus the person knowing what they want to eat.
Okay.
How many times have a bunch of friends been around? What do you want to have? I don't know. What do you want to have? I don't know. What do you want to have? And no one makes a firm decision. And then the person that's, I'm here to cook you, blah, blah, blah. Hey, that sounds great. Okay. Now, when it comes to entertainment, which is what education has turned into in this digital world, people are a lot more picky. And it's
Okay.
all going to be about how you deliver it to them individually versus delivering it as a collective whole.
Huh.
How many
Okay.
times have you tuned out from a channel because they jump into something and don't even say hello? Okay.
Okay. Okay. Right.
Or whatever they're doing in the beginning is like, I don't want to hear this garbage.
Okay. Yeah.
They go right into the like and subscribe in the begonomics part of being a streamer,
Right.
because that's a big part of working in streaming now is begonomics.
Okay. Okay. Right. Right. So if I'm understanding you, you're saying like there's a lot to packaging things and there's a lot to it lead in and just
Yeah.
making it palatable or something.
No, making it Michelin star.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. Palatable is like Jello packs. Okay. Do you want to give them Jello wisdom, or do you want to give them, Michelin star meal?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But it seems like there's a lot of different types of people to lead. Can't you just also throw out wisdom and it'll reach who it needs to, or
No,
various other styles?
no. You have to have the contract as a teacher for that to do. And if you have the contract for that teacher, you're going to evolve and develop into it, or you're not. And if you don't evolve and develop into it and just do it at a faux level, you're just spitting out wisdom that's really going into the ethers. And if you're lucky, it might give one person one direction to the right way, but it's ultimately not helping them if it's not the teacher frequency of a learned, healed healer behind it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Thus, again, self-healing seems to be one of the best things I
So
can do. Yeah.
how many people are just content regurgitators?
Oh, sure. Yeah. There's so much of that, right?
Okay.
Right.
That lessens things into entertainment forms. And because you have such low quality people regurgitating very difficult information who mess it up a lot, there ends up being very bad teachers.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Or the
Yeah.
people that can say, one contract revocation, that's all you got to do is once and you're done. That's bullshit.
Uh-huh.
It's consistent effort,
Right.
which
Right.
is
Right.
the majority of these spiritual people that are out there have zero effort in their own personal development journey, and they're just regurgitating content.
Sure. 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 Yeah. 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 That makes sense. I heard that right now, on average, there's 1% wisdom out there, which makes sense to me. About 1/3 aware, 2/3 unaware, average person, just as a quick ballpark, So,
No, it's far less than that.
ooh, wow. Okay.
Okay, here's an example. You have the people that are politically driven through the indoctrination system.
Okay.
Many of them have developed their interpersonal faith issues based on lifelong depression, medicines, indoctrination journeys, cognitive dissonance with inside themselves, who end up becoming regurgitation teachers. They say, I healed my childhood wounds, but I've never healed any of my adult wounds. And they're teaching how to heal all these childhood wounds, and a few people may get it, but they never heal any of the actual adult wounds. Okay?
Okay.
Here's another example. Classic Christian conservative that teaches about the beauties of Christ, etc., blah, blah, blah. And they're preaching it to an atheist who does not want to hear your words. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So why are the Christians forcing the material onto people who don't want to hear it? Because that's the culture in many of those religions. And this civilization and all of those, they have to go through a major reforming of who you're speaking to and how you're speaking to them.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
All the churches could do much better just by fucking following basic internet protocols.
Right.
Every one of them could do better.
Right. Right, right. I feel like there's such a schism where people have a lot of like they're allergic to a lot of the Christianese or whatever. For example,
Sure.
if we take the Christian,
And why is that?
yeah,
Because
because there's so much dogma and pushing it or whatever. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
80s, 90s, and early 2000s, their word was the big rule. And then there was the counter groups who said, hey, you can't own everything. So for 30 years, the Christian groups ruled. And since 2008, really, when the major indoctrination journey away from the Christian center base began. And now you have an entire generation of people that have gone away from the churches because of what they did the 30 years previously. And now you have a cycle pushing people back to it. Okay.
Okay.
Faith is a huge part of people's interpersonal relationships and journey to growth. Okay?
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, who would you be if you didn't have your faith?
It's hard to know. I kind of relate to, I don't need any beliefs to believe. I'm kind of just resting in my being or something, but it's been incredibly important to have certain pieces of wisdom that along the way, whether I call it faith or not. I don't always know what the words translate to or mean exactly, if that makes sense.
Okay. That sounds like a big cop out though.
Well, because faith, that word doesn't necessarily mean much to me. Intention, focus means something more, or having like a centeredness or knowing who I am or a connection to something larger. Those all make a little more sense to me or are important. Like the word God is too abstract. I don't use that as much, but source, life, existence, experience, multiverse.
That's a cop out.
Okay. So wait.
Let me explain why.
Okay.
When you are not using those words, you are stopping the potentiality of those words from making word orders and pattern recognitions in yourself. Words. You have an issue with the words and the myths and histories attached to them. And that's the attachment you should work on, not the word itself.
Okay. I'll definitely re-listen to this a bunch. I'm not sure exactly where to go or what that means yet.
Okay. How about you take those words off the prohibited list and just start using them?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sure.
And I bet you will find a lot of inner resistance about using those words. Yeah,
interesting. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I can work with that. God. Why not God? I don't like how people use God or push God on other people, or again, people are allergic to God.
Then give it your own real definition, your relationship to source. But I can still use the word God because it defines me, my relationship to source.
Right. Okay. Sometimes I tailor my who I'm talking to, or I notice one word or phrase can really shut somebody down. So maybe I'm overly cautious about that.
Because the Christians from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s overdid those words and made an allergy in a lot of people to those particular words.
Right.
And you have a whole generation of blue-haired liberals who are on the verge of nihilism or pure atheism, but their major issue is depression and broken faith. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a pure juxtaposition of what they need to go through a journey. And it doesn't have to be a faith in a religion, a faith in the universe itself.
Right. I would jump on the ride. What was it? This one. I would jump on the rides. I would swallow my pride, finding faith in nothing but nothing. Turn it inside out. Swallow my doubt. Etc. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like putting pieces, like exactly what's the resistance of the programming to people, and then how can they break that or reverse that and find their own personal connection to it. And definitely, I do want to work with a lot of people because I feel like a lot of us are just missing a few key pieces, but a lot of follow through too. Sure, that's very possible.
I'm going to put a little bit of different direction here. Most people are missing 90% of the pieces.
Oh, okay.
Because they're here as entertainment.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait. The people are here of entertainment, or they want to be entertained so they don't absorb the 90% that they need?
They want to be entertained.
Okay.
Here's an example. When I started, in 2012, it was a completely different world where people listened to learn. And as YouTube and the internet and phones and Siri and all that stuff made it easy to do absolutely everything, and people can get a YouTube PhD overnight, even though they know absolutely nothing. They don't know the basis of the knowledge. They believe they can learn something and teach others how to learn it just by watching a single video. That has created curiosity learning that is attached to entertainment. They don't come to spirituality to learn spirituality. They want to be entertained by it. The same thing with UFOs. It used to be a super serious subject matter. It's just entertainment now. It's another TV show that I could turn on that's in this genre that I can say, by watching that one show, I'm giving energy to that movement for it to be real.
So are you saying like draw people in through entertainment, but throw in substance to it so that the gears start turning, or the psyche can have some things in the back of its mind to turn over?
Yes, knowing that they're missing 90% of the keys to wisdom.
Okay.
And you got to give them the keys one at a time.
Can you say quickly what the 90% typically is for people? The things they're missing? I don't know if that's useful, but I'm curious.
Prayer. That's the first one. It doesn't matter what form of prayer or religion. Commitment, courage, discipline, none of which are mystical. Understanding the difference between depression and obsession.
Okay.
What worthiness truly is. What trust in self is versus trust in faith. I can go on and on and on and on and on.
Okay, but that's the basic set. Right. Okay. Sure.
No. Those are the foundations that everyone should have by the time they're 9 or 10.
Right.
The rest is applying it to life experiences.
Right.
If you have a very negative life experience before you have these skills, learning to apply past negative experience through the filter of now is very difficult for them, because they're there as entertainers, not as people who are committed and courageous to the changes they want to make in themselves. They've never had to put this level of effort in anything in their life.
Well, it seems to me that if the flock, so to speak, isn't doing much effort, some very powerful teachers can lead them. Or, I mean, it's like...
It doesn't work in the internet world of today like that.
Okay.
You don't have closed groups and societies in which you're born into this idea and you have all these people around you. It's just a fad that may take on, but will fade in 2 years.
So why are we doing all this effort to reach people who don't have the courage and commitment? Or is that our only shot? That our best shot is that?
That is where we're at in the human potential and development stage as teachers. How does our frequency inspire others to make their own change on their own self-illuminated journey, so they do not need gurus and masters who may not give you all the answers?
You can turn it around. You can make that change. You can find your answers within yourself. Do this and more. Yes. Yeah.
Those words are poison to many of the audience, though.
Okay.
They are poison. You're saying I have to actually do real effort, and then they go to do real effort and their ego's beating them up all the time. You do whatever happens. Or they put the effort in and they get the success and then they stop.
Okay.
Never getting out of the chains of mediocrity.
And when you called it kind of spoon feeding them, so many of us have to be prepared to spoon feed, or to kind of like...
It's not spoon feeding. It's putting out the feast, and who decides to eat or is still on a hunger strike. Okay? Who's a vegetarian coming to the feast and only taking the vegetarian wisdom versus drinking up all of the wisdom, processing it long term, and deciding what you're going to do with the different pieces of wisdom? You apply it to your daily journey and practice and your life in general. Which
The
is,
two,
once again, when you are a life watcher, not a life doer, that's that entertainment. You watch, watch, watch. You never truly engage the learning muscles.
well, again, can't we a little bit separate the wheat from the chaff and find some people that are more dedicated learners?
Not our job as teachers to separate the wheat from the chaff. That would make us part of the system of domination and control. They
Oh,
separate themselves by effort, commitment, and courage.
right. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Each
Yeah.
being needs their unique time with the various subject matters for them to learn the lessons from it internally from themselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And but can't you attract better students who have done more
Nope,
legwork or
nope,
nothing? Huh.
nope. The
Huh.
students are there if you have a contract with them, and the rest is going to be, can you maintain them?
Okay.
Maintaining them is always good. Students, thousands and thousands and thousands of students who want to learn, but the reality is they put no effort into it.
Right.
Okay?
Right. 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 Yeah. I heard the most powerful enlightened being cannot take a single step on this journey for you. They can
Exactly.
encourage you. Yeah. They can show you the way. The two beings that I know of that are alive now that do this, some of the most, I mean, there's you, there's Art of Living Sri Sri Ravi Shankar and Amma the Hugging Saint. And I've watched how they work with people, you know. And a lot of people are attracted to them, but I don't know if they're growing very much. It's not mine to know, but it seems like, you know.
Let's use Ravi Shankar as an example.
Okay.
How did he get to internet fame?
I think he just has a lot of wisdom this lifetime, and he started talking a lot, and just people are drawn to him. I don't know.
He had a lot of Hollywood people come to his retreats and promote
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Okay? Without that, he would have never been where he's at.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Period. A lot of Hollywood people went with him privately, went on tours with him, etc. Is his work good? Absolutely. Okay?
Yeah.
Is he an impeccable teacher? 99% of the times, no one's perfect.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Is his material going to connect to everyone? No, it's not. It's only going to connect to those that are following that lineage, teaching, and wisdom.
Right.
And lineage-based experiences.
Okay. Meaning the bloodlines that were in this lifetime around lineage or another.
Experience that cosmology in thousands of other lives.
Okay.
And success and failures at that other cosmology throughout the centuries.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's just the distilled teacher that has survived to this generation.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 I mean, I do see people advance, but only after years. I don't know where my energy is at, but I see a lot of people chit chat.
Why is that they take years for advancement?
I think there's very little going, well, I don't want it to sound harsh, but there's not as much application, right? It's fewer and far between that they're doing more serious sadhana, for example, even though that they keep saying, do your sadhana, do your meditation, do your chanting, do selfless service, right? It's
all the reason why many people fail, that teaching system is meant to be taught inside a monastery where you're operating a very disciplined ritual cycle.
Okay.
Thus, why so many people, it takes years because they don't have the monks around them making sure they did their morning chores, their afternoon chores, had the dinner, did the prayers, did the entire cycle of the person learning that for 2 or 3 years before they entered the cycle of life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's why those things are so hard for people to apply, because the personal discipline, they don't have that unless they've learned it at a young age from the mother and father.
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It was humbling for me. I've gotten a lot of double checks on where I'm at, which is good. And just that they're such powerful teachers, but again, it doesn't mean that they can teach people or get people to change. It's up to the people.
Inspire people to change.
Yeah.
through their consistent frequency, vibration, harmony, and leftover goodness that they feel inside themselves beyond the entertainment factor. They've left a lasting impression that will help them make more choices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that comes from being absolutely authentic without filters. And it's how so many of the unique teachers that are around today are able to maintain the churn and turnover that people come and give up, come and give up, come and give up. The churn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah. 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 Just as far as my own foundation, which seems key, because I'm noticing if I heal myself, right, then the mystical mirror of reality also shifts, right, around me or whatever, as if by magic. Or if I take care of myself, that's the best thing I can do. I had a reader come in, I think through synchronicity, and say I could work with her, that I'd likely be healing for the next 2 to 3 years if I choose to do that, and that would be really good. I don't know if you want to go there or see something similar.
I don't think you need 2 to 3 years of dedicated healing. I think, like I've said earlier with you, you need dedicated practice with other inspired people who inspire you to dedicate practice and learn the cosmology of a healing system that's very advanced, because it's only going to make you a smarter, stronger person when you're done, because of the
Right.
journey of the mountain of wisdom you have to absorb.
Okay.
And you need to
Okay.
absorb mountains of wisdom, mountains
Yeah.
of cosmology. That is what you need where you are at right now. That is your
Right.
biggest thing to your healing journey, is expanding your knowledge base. It will do
Okay.
more for your healing than anything else right now.
Okay. Okay. I never see my guides. I sense that they're there. I mean, people have come up with things. Again, I don't know if there's anything else you can
And that's
add to my
because
personal puzzle.
there's too much of a realist in you who has issues with words with faith. If you have one issue with the word of faith, that it may be attached to the other religions, etc., it still carries over into a disbelief in spirit.
Oh. Huh.
Too much of
Interesting.
a realist in you.
Okay.
Again, it's how
Okay.
words passively affect us.
Oh, here's an interesting question. A way to find the major limiting blocking arguments, beliefs, etc., that may be stuck in the subconscious, for example. Are
Uh-huh.
there are there techniques that rapidly?
There's plenty, but
Uh-huh.
are you there as a practitioner to unravel that as a service to that person, or are you doing it for yourself? There's a massive difference between those two.
I'm assuming that applying it to myself first is good for. I take my own medicine first, and then I see what that also may heal other people or have a ripple or effect or a rub off effect.
How many
I mean,
people out there don't follow that basic rule?
right? Yeah, tons. It's easier to try to shift the outside for a lot of us, right? A lot of the time.
Externalize it.
Yeah. 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 Um, yeah. Okay. I don't know what else to say or ask in that, but I see that a lot. Yes.
Talk about the realist in you.
Okay.
How often does the realist look at where you are, looks what you can do, and gives yourself a project?
Hmm.
And how often does that overwhelm other projects? And so then the next thing you know, you've got 25 projects and none of them ever really get done.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Does that happen to you?
Yeah, and interestingly, it was in my life path or in my astrology that I can get scattered that way too. And
That realist is your self-defeating habit pattern.
Okay.
It's also what takes away the potential of words creating just words themselves, making change in you.
I think there's some dysfunction or other things where I took responsibility for people outside of myself, or I was trying to change things outside. There's some things to be reversed there, probably.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know. If
mistakes we make.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but why I don't know if, again, how to go about breaking all of them. Sometimes I just try to do affirmations or blank meditation and assume they get burned out.
You need to focus on faith.
Okay.
Faith itself, and start redefining it and take away some of the taboo words that you're not allowing yourself to use, and realizing the tree of belief that's just connected to that one word.
Interesting. Okay, so I positively re-inhabit faith. I can use faith in all words.
And then embody it. Because you're not letting yourself truly embody faith.
Okay. I allow the natural expression of all things.
How do you, this person today, go on the journey of embodying faith?
Okay. I don't know. The first thing I want to say is from now on, I take up space. I do not worry about other people's reactions to my expression, but rather express and let cards fall where they wouldn't.
But still externalizing it. That is not embodying it.
Okay. Can you give me any words or something to embody?
Faith is a completely inner action. It has nothing to do with the outer. That's where you learn to begin.
So more like I trust myself. I trust myself, my own feelings, my own follow through, etc.
Yes, but that still only allows the mind as the activator. Faith is the mind and heart in unison, not disagreeing with each other. And eventually, gut brain, a part of it too.
Okay. Would there be like an affirmation or a revocation, invocation along those lines?
It's not about it. It's about conscious application of the sacred.
Okay.
So if I'm going to do something, my intention is activating my faith. Doesn't matter what it is. And you do have to go through an internal judgment process. Am I making this shit up, or is it real? You've got to bridge that gap of faith.
Okay.
It's a lifelong journey with faith. Okay? And it's not something you just stop practicing. It's one of those things that's ever evolving. And to see it as a lifelong journey. There may be times that your faith is so deeply connected, that's great. And then there are times it's just not there. Because of the feelings, emotions that you're going through, the state of the world, etc., and you not figuring out how to internally balance happiness in yourself. Turning on faith is also learning to master happiness within yourself. It's intertwined into everything. Faith exists within the vagus nerve that's intertwined with everything in the central nervous system. It's our natural state of living in those that are living in the natural world. That's our natural human existence.
I'll keep chewing on it. I don't know if you have any last processes for me in particular, or for other people who might be rebuilding faith or anything else to get a handle on it.
Start by using any of the 3 things that I've put out there. And under faith is an endurance journey. You will have short-term victories here and there. You will have that. But faith is like the ebb and flow of the tides. There's a cycle within you that you have to begin to understand. Okay? Okay. All right, man. This was a really good talk.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's great.
A lot of people learned a lot of stuff.
Oh, great. Awesome. I'm so glad. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to move on to our members show. If you want to join the members show, you go to my website, andrewbartzis.com, and sign up and get the link to the members show. All right, Joel,